Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Appalachian Brewing Company podcast. Mike Parker and Artie Tafoya coming at you this month from the Mechanicsburg Brew Pub. It's beautiful, beautiful spring weather is on the way. It's almost summer. People are getting that summer itch, Artie, and I don't know. It's like the anniversary time at ABC, so I'm seeing a lot of stuff about just the little history nuggets and talking about your birthday basically here at the company. So is that what you got? Is that the vibe right now around the brew pubs?
No doubt, Mike. We had a special menu we did for throwback menu with some of the old items. I know I got in and grabbed a couple. I had the pretzel chicken and the Rockville ribeye.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that one?
Of course I do.
Yeah, remember that one? I love that sandwich. That was very good. I have always loved a couple of the and the Stromboli. I saw that go out, and I was like, man, I forgot about that. I used to eat that Stromboli all the time.
My wife, she's like half Stromboli. She's eaten so many of those. That's her. That is her favorite.
Is it? Okay,
menu. Good. I was gonna say Stromboli and a Water Gap wheat, and pretty much after that, I was it had been a successful night as long as that was on the menu. Yeah, it was always good. The thing is about over the years, you get used to the different things that are on the menu, and this goes for anywhere. But it's like styling and branding. Part of me wants to. I was just thinking about buying a car recently. It's like a buddy that I have owns this. It's a 1985 Pontiac Fiero. Oh, it's an 87 actually, right? And I know that sounds like a silly car to own, but my dad had one when I was kind of growing up. Mm-hmm. So I want that, so that I don't want it because I think it's I don't want it to be all decked out and redone and have touch screens and a bunch of stuff. And I want it to feel like the 80s when I get into it, But then there's a reason why we don't have 1987 Fieros driving around anymore.
Well, yeah, because you don't want to sit on the side of the road very often.
but the temporary nostalgia, taking a spin around the block is kind of like coming into ABC anniversary time and picking up an old menu item or two, or
Maybe we should start a business where we'll have a bunch of old cars, and then people can come get them for a date as a nostalgic thing.
Yeah,
I always wanted to ride that in that car because that was my dad's car.
Right.
And then we'll just rent it out for the day.
And then I can get it out of my system, and I don't have to actually buy it,
we can
title it, inspect it,
that's right.
Cry, and eventually just take it to to the junkyard.
Yeah, well, or just try to sell it to some other guy.
Well, I
almost said sucker, but I said guy.
Yeah, so what was, I don't know, this is kind of I didn't expect to go down this road, but do you have a car or a motorcycle or a truck, anything like that, but that you got rid of at some point in your life that you kind of I don't know. It's kind of like an old girlfriend. You remember the good times and you forget about how crazy she was, right? But everybody has a car like that. Oh man, why did I get rid of that? Do you have something?
I don't, and I'll tell you why. Because I've upgraded on every car, and I've always liked my car that I have now better. I go back on that because I had one of the turbo diesel Volkswagens that they sort of made you sell. You didn't have to sell it, but they gave you more money than than a new one if you traded in because they got caught cheating emissions or something.
Yeah,
and that was my favorite car ever. And it got I don't know. I don't even know why they went after him because it was 45, 50 miles a gallon.
Right.
Diesel fuel, and it was very fuel efficient, but they made it seem like it got 52 instead of 47 or something.
And the biggest part is that you didn't care.
I didn't care.
It's just
I loved it. And that thing got up and it would just take off. Pew!
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I have two of them, but they're for different reasons. I have cars that I'd like to have I'd like to spin around in that thing one or two, another time just to remember it. But the one car I got rid of was when I was moving to Maryland. I had this old beater pickup truck, and Maryland has a stringent, in Pennsylvania, you got to get your cars inspected every year. And they'll find things, but usually, new tires, new brakes, something like that, whatever. in Maryland, you only have to have your car inspected one time. At least that's the way it used to be. So if you bought a brand new car off the lot and got it inspected, you'll never have to have that car inspected again. In Pennsylvania, it's every year. So I was taking this truck that was on life support sometimes, you know what I mean? Like I had various DIY things I'd done to it, and there was a little crack in the windshield that didn't, and I was like, this thing is never going to make it into Maryland without putting a ton of money in it. So I had to get rid of it. And I wish I wouldn't have, because I moved back to Pennsylvania 3.5 years later, and I wish I would have had that. I never found a truck that was that good, of a beater. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. And then I had a motorcycle as a kid that was I bought it was a street legal bike that I was learning to ride around the fields and stuff around my house when I was 15, with the intention of riding it when I got my driver's license, just getting and it had a problem with it. I only paid $500. And then there was a problem that was going to cost me $300 to get fixed. And my parents were like, I don't want you to, that's a lot of money to be putting into that bike. And it was a 1973 Yamaha Enduro 360. And if you look on...
That's what every kid in America wants.
I know.
Yeah.
And it was street legal. And...
or wanted back in the day. Yeah.
And so I never got it fixed, went to college, kind of somewhat forgot about it in a sense. And I came home one day and my parents handed me $75 and said, we sold your motorcycle. I was like, now if I want that same bike, it's $4,000
yeah, that's right.
on Facebook Marketplace,
That 75's not even going to get the down payment for you now.
Anyway, so nostalgia comes with a price sometimes. But yeah, that would be a good business to just kind of...
I don't know. The more I think about it, I think now we own those cars anyway.
Yeah, true.
So that didn't really work out so well.
Anyway, that was fun. It made me think about when we think about going into the brew pub and imagine if I know you got rid of a lot of the the logos and things have changed, but that's a huge thing even in baseball and NFL and NBA. They do the throwback jerseys and stuff.
Oh yeah, they're making huge. They come out with 3 jerseys a year.
Yes.
And it basically it triples their sales.
Right.
They got to have this jersey, that jersey, and people that are into those teams. I got so many jerseys for the one team. But I guess if you go to games regularly,
right,
you don't want to be wearing the same jersey twice, be seen, right?
No, of course not.
Unless you're you or me, Mike, we don't care.
That's all I can get.
That's right.
Also, but no, if you could. For a bunch of old Mug Club members or something, if you could bring them in, replace all the old things on the wall for a night and call it whatever, that might be cool for them. But nobody's gonna. There's a reason you got rid of that stuff too.
Yeah. So you got to update as you go, and we always sort of felt our customers loved us and still do. But we needed to change with the times, and there are certain items, and I think this goes back to the beginning. We talked about those old menu items. Sooner or later, a menu item has to fall off, and sometimes it comes back sooner, sometimes it comes back later, sometimes it never comes back.
Yeah.
But that gave us the chance to do a little bit of a throwback menu over with Anniversary Fest, and gives us gives them a chance to try something that they haven't had in a while. So it actually worked out pretty good.
Awesome. All right. Well, listen, we're talking, and I should be drinking, right? We should have it's time.
It's time.
It's time.
Yeah, it's overtime.
And I have, to start things off, and I want you to introduce our guest here in a second too, because somebody just walked in, and maybe the first time meeting, so I'll let you do the introduction. But this is the Anniversary Maibock. And would you tell me I've had this beer before? It's been around. You guys brew it, but when do you brew it? And tell me what I'm drinking here.
So Maibock is a celebratory beer to celebrate the coming of spring, right? Yep. It's a lager, so a Bock beer. It's going to be a little bit higher in alcohol percentage, and it's going to be the type of beer that you drink to celebrate the coming of spring. So we brew it in winter, we age it for quite a while, and then we come out with it, usually around our anniversary time, which is the middle of May every year. That's when we first opened the brew pub to restaurant business in the Harrisburg area. So this beer's been a classic of ours for a long time.
It's great, by the way.
It's really wonderful. Smooth. Yeah, so smooth, nicely lagered. Just classic style.
Where does this get its it's coppery colored, right? So like where does it get that that coloring from? What
that would come from a little bit of caramel malt. So that caramel malt gives you that little bit of a sweetness.
Yeah.
A little caramelly maybe, along with the dryness of the lager, and that gives you that beautiful color. It's just beautiful. I mean, look at the color on that.
It is.
Look at the clarity.
And that'll be on tap throughout May and as long as it lasts, right?
That's right. Okay. That's right. And I'm drinking the Basecamp, which is our Helles beer. Very similar. I mean, not so much different than the Maibock. It's a lager. It is more of a golden color, of course. This would be the type of beer you would drink if you go to Oktoberfest. It's like the classic beer at Oktoberfest. So a lot of people think you go to Oktoberfest and drink Oktoberfest beer or Marzen, but you can get it, but it's not the beer that comes in the big liters. If you just order a single liter of beer, you'll get something much closer to this Helles beer.
Beautiful.
Yep.
All right. And
well, cheers.
Cheers to you, Artie. And cheers to our guests who we're going to bring in here. Let me bring our microphone up. Hello, who are you?
Hi, I'm Juli.
Introduce Juli. She's a part of our sales team. She's been with us for a bit now. And how long have you been with us?
Probably about 9 months with
9
sales.
Months. 9 months in sales.
I've worked,
but she's been with us in heart for a long time. You're right, but she also started our Gettysburg location.
Oh, okay.
Worked at Gateway,
Battlefield, and Collegeville.
And Collegeville, that's right, because you lived in that area for a while too.
So I've worked at all the Gettysburg locations, all three that have been there.
There you go. So she actually required no training when she walked through the door.
Yeah.
So you're a throwback.
Yeah, right. Anniversary Maibock.
Yeah, that's right.
Throwback.
She could do the training for us too. Right?
Yeah,
we wanted her to.
It was an easy hire, you know.
But she's out in the market now, really helping us out. She works the Pittsburgh market. She works the Philadelphia market, or a
Maryland
portion
too.
of it, and she does some of Maryland as well. She's sort of the mobile salesperson. She has a van. Tell us about your van.
Yeah, so I have a small converted van, not one of the really big ones, because I wasn't 100% sure van life was going to be the right route, but I wanted to do one, so it was a self-build, and so I can pretty much go anywhere, and I don't have any kiddos, so I'm the nomad sales rep.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So Artie he mentioned this a little bit because from what I understand, you guys were doing something with a van out in the parking lot.
Yeah, we were working on it a little bit.
Yeah, my door wouldn't open.
So Artie told me about something. It's not like you're not seeing it like campgrounds then, right?
No, so there's different options, but the thing that I mostly do when I'm out with ABC is it's called Harvest Host.
Okay.
And basically what it is it's actually the Mechanicsburg location in ABC is listed as a Harvest Host. And you can go in and you can stay the night. You park your vehicle there. It's a safe spot.
Okay.
And it's nice because then typically you'll go in and have a beer or have something to eat at the Harvest Host location. So I've stayed at wineries. I've stayed at other beer breweries. I've stayed at churches. Churches are listed on Harvest Host. So,
neat.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, so it's an awesome way to see the country or like travel, right? But then you're incorporating it into your job. So it's all, I mean, that's actually cool. You're like a turtle. You bring your shell with you all the time. You just got
Yep.
Juli the turtle. I love it.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. Okay, so I had not heard about that before, but now I'm familiar with it, and I'm sure it'll come up again, or else I'll tell someone about it. It's pretty cool. So so we're here at Mechanicsburg, and yeah, you guys have like a lot of parking, and this is a busy area. So I imagine people pop through and they bring it up on an app or something, and they're like, "Where can I find a spot?"
Yeah, so there's an app, and you just have to reserve it like you would a hotel. You have to reserve it, and everybody on the app approves it within sometimes I've gotten approved within 10 seconds before, but then other times it's 2 hours they'll approve you. And you just there's a designated area. It tells you everything in the app you need to know. Some of the places won't let you check in after closing hours. So other places don't care. They're not too worried about that. But one of the wineries I stay at in State College, I have to be there by 6 in order to, be able to claim my spot.
Okay, neat.
Yeah, and we can limit it. I think we limit it to 5 people staying a night.
Yeah.
But we will have, I would guess we have 20 people stay here a week now. And they just drive in. We show them where to park. They know, we send them a map so they know where to park, but we show them if they have questions, hey, yeah, you can be on this side or that side, wherever. And they got to be in our back lot. And then it's sort of reciprocal. They come in and have dinner is sort of their payment.
And they like leave a review and about the food, like especially at a location like ours, they'll leave a review about the food and what like their favorite beer was. So then the next people that come through, they're already like, oh, I saw that, chicken Caesar flatbread. That looked so delicious.
That is good.
So they're already looking.
Yeah, it is.
I know that's like one of my favorites.
Yes. That's
But
great.
yeah.
Well, I'm always learning things, which is neat that you're getting on. You got to have. There's ways to not only. That's kind of like a service, I assume. I mean, that's like a great. People have these electric cars. I'm not into that yet, but they're looking around for places to do those, or they're looking for a place to park their van or RV. And
it's amazing.
Wow.
It's amazing what technology has done. I mean, it's taken something like an RV going to campgrounds or going here, and it's sort of innovated it to the point where you can find places to stay. It's a little more maybe cost effective. And nothing against the campgrounds because we want them to survive because they're. Well, yeah. But but they provide more services. We have no services, so there's no electric, no dump, no water. So they're on their own.
It's a parking
when
spot.
Here. It's a parking spot.
Okay, and you're not going to get towed, and it's not the Walmart parking lot where where it can be kind of sketchy.
Well, I think that's probably how it started because Walmart used to allow.
But now a lot of them don't now. They
don't
allow
any
overnight
longer?
parking.
Okay,
I mean,
wondering.
you can get. I mean, I've parked in Walmart parking lots before, and honestly, what I just do is I go in and say, "Hey, is it allowed?" Like I have a small van. Mine's much more conspicuous than other ones. I'm only going to be here like 6 hours to get some sleep. Is that okay? And some places Walmarts are like, yeah, that's really fine. Other ones are like, no. So because people abuse it, they'll stay parked. The reason Walmart doesn't want it anymore is because people were staying parked for 3-4 days.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Oh yeah,
just
it's not a camp. That's a campground, right?
Right.
You don't do that in a Walmart parking lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, listen. Combined, with you get yourself like a Planet Fitness membership, and now you can go shower and
That's
work
what
out.
I do.
Okay.
That's what she does.
That's what I do.
That's what she does.
I know people who've done that before. Where they're like, well, first of all, I have a Planet Fitness membership, so I understand. Anyway,
It forces me to go work out too,
awesome.
because I'm not going to just go in just to shower. Like it forces me to get on the treadmill, run, do some lifts.
Whether you're brewing beer or spirits or restaurant, but sometimes there's got to be a workaround for things, and that's a workaround for traveling. It works for you. It's awesome. That's cool. Anyway, neat to hear about that.
All right, cheers, guys.
Cheers. All right, so listen, Artie, how many years has it been now? What's the anniversary date?
Oh, I had to do some
Is it
math.
97,
it's been so
right?
long. 97, yeah. Can you do the math on that?
23? Does it make it 23?
It's a little bit higher than that.
Is it? My math's not that good. Did you hit 25?
17 would be 20.
Oh, 17 would be 20.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So your math isn't so great.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
20.
So 22 would be 25.
Oh, so you'll be at 30 in 2 years. So it's like 27 or 28.
28, yeah. I think so.
Jeez, 28.
27, 28.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Well, we're in 2025.
It's been long enough that I don't remember.
You have to go to the night. Yes. Okay. Wow. Well. Anyway, happy anniversary.
Hey, seems like about a year and a half to me.
Isn't that sad?
How quickly it's gone.
I used to sit in so many things though, like technology. Again, it creeps up on you. Like every once in a while, I need to find like a percentage, and you used to, or a thesaurus or something. It's all online now. You just go to the thesaurus, or here's a number and here's the number, and you say, what percentage of this is that? And it tells you, right? Or if I was born in this date, how old am I? And, like, I literally need that anymore.
Well, you have Siri, right?
Yeah, well, something like that. Yeah. Whatever her name is.
Whatever her name is in my phone.
The point is, you were founded in 97. So everybody, listen, if you tuned in for a math podcast,
This is it.
That's next week.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, that's right. How
right.
not to do math.
Well, it's Mike and it's Artie and it's Julie, and we're hanging out around the table here at Appalachian Brewing Company, Mechanicsburg. We're talking a little bit about Anniversary Fest. We're going to talk a little bit about another beer that I'm excited to try after the break. This is an IPA, Artie, but it's not your typical IPA, right?
Yeah, it's the Cryo Dreams Orange Dreamsicle IPA.
Orange Dreamsicle IPA. We're going to try it when we come back right after this on the Appalachian Brewing Company podcast. All right, and we're back on the Appalachian Brewing Company podcast. Mike, Artie, and our guest is Julie. Julie, what's your last name?
Amato.
Amato. Okay, gotcha. Juli Amato. She's here.
Amato.
She's from.
Yep.
You're coming to you in a random parking spot in a van anywhere in Pennsylvania, right?
You know, she could probably do the podcast from a random spot anywhere in the state, and in Maryland.
I mean, if
she
you
could
want to
just do
send
it.
me to another state, across,
Yeah,
too, like
the
I don't know, like
the further from me, the better.
if you want,
is what she says.
if you want to send me to Hawaii, I can take a ferry
Hawaii,
over
really?
on the
You're not driving your van to Hawaii,
I
just so
can
you
take
know.
a ferry over, I'm sure.
You think?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, what's the thing? They have the.
Take about 30 days.
I mean, imagine the ideas you could come up with, though. That have been 30 days. You're more like the Millersburg ferry, isn't that the one that crosses the river? Up
Yeah,
in,
that's right. How long is that one?
If it goes, if you make it, it'll get you over to Perry County in like 3 hours.
Oh goodness.
That's like a mile.
That's slow.
But no, that's a summer fixture. I grew up in northern Dauphin County, so cheers to the Millersburg Ferry,
There it is.
right?
Cheers.
All right, and cheers to this
to
beer
that.
that I
Yeah.
teased before the break. And Julie, first of all, before I drink what I'm going to drink, tell us what you always talk about you as a salesperson. You're traveling all over the place, and what are you kind of like? We're getting into the summer season, so what kind of things are you? I don't want to say. What are you pushing these days? What are you promoting?
Yeah, so we have an entire line called the Trinity line with our Appalachian Spirits line, and they're called ready to drink cocktails. And so I really love the ready to drink cocktail line. So right now I'm currently drinking the hard iced tea, which reminds me of like grandma's sun brewed iced tea, like that she put out. So when you take a sip of that, it just brings you back to your like childhood. But it's more fun because it's got the alcohol in it.
You get dropped off at grandma's house. There's this mysterious jug sitting out, a glass jug on the front porch. And at some point, while you were off doing something else, she brought that in. It had been sitting out there for a while with a bunch of tea bags in it. She brought it in and chilled it or put ice in it or something. And when you go in, it's the best iced tea of all time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
no
that's
doubt.
Plus vodka?
Now ours has the vodka in it. Yeah. But we have a transfusion, which a lot of the golfers love. So I've been spending a lot of time at golf courses. We have a skinny orange, and then we're about to drop a skinny grapefruit, which will be lighter in calories, sugars, all the good stuff.
Good.
And it does have the bubbly to it, so it is carbonated. It's not. What I love about the skinny orange and the skinny grapefruit is that it doesn't have that artificial taste, even though it's going to be lighter in calories and all of the good stuff.
Because we're using real juice in those, yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So, yeah, I
I think we use more juice than Jimmy Juice. And they have juice in their name.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, though. I mean, I think that's actually a lot of, and I've had a lot of, so we've been talking about these Trinity flavors for a while. And I know, yes, I've been seeing them around too, which is great. And the when you talk about though, like there's a bunch of brands that have been around for a while, and I actually wasn't into like seltzers and things like that so much, but the RTDs, which are actually like a full flavored something that includes vodka in them. From what I understand too, there's a difference now, right? And hasn't there been a law change recently to where these things can be sold to that actually contain, because there's a difference. You would find a brand, for instance, that was like a malt based, like basically a flavored beer, and it would be under the same name almost, and then you would see like the same thing, but it said contains vodka, but you had to go certain places to buy them.
Right.
Does that change? Does that open things up?
Yeah. So now you can actually get the ready-to-drink cocktails in beer distributors, as well as the liquor stores and things like that in Pennsylvania. So that's really been something that's been great for us because now places have our beer, our soda, and our ready-to-drink cocktails. So
Nice. Artie, what's your favorite? Like, you just got back from a big golf trip, I understand. What are you digging on out there?
Well, as a golfer, I like the transfusion. That grape and ginger is, to me, is just a classic, refreshing drink when you're out on the golf course. It doesn't improve my game any, I realized.
That's not on the label, so it's not a promise.
Yeah, usually you would think that a golf drink would actually help you, but it doesn't. I wouldn't try the espresso martini, although the caffeine might get you to the 18th hole. From the espresso, the rest of it might diminish your game a little bit. But no, and then the skinny orange going down to Dewey every year with our friends Jim and Terry. I do the skinny orange crush is what we drink when we're down there most of the time. And that's one of the reasons why we sort of started doing it. And then the skinny grapefruit, that's Carrie's favorite.
That's going to be good.
That's Carrie's favorite drink when she's down there. So those are the other flavors that weren't mentioned previously, but I mean they're all really good. They're the skinny orange I like because it's very low in sugar. Mm-hmm. And the hard iced tea is actually quite good for that as well. Mm-hmm. Probably about 115 calories, if that, and it's mostly from the vodka.
Nice. Yeah, no, it's a nice option to have. Obviously expands your line too. So you have those, you've got the spirits. If you want to just buy some, like I was just telling you the other day, I just made a Moscow Mule out of Appalachian ginger beer, which is number one, which is the best, no matter where it gets.
It's the best. I don't care what anybody says.
No, I don't care what else. If you have a bad, and I don't tell people they have bad taste, but if you were, then maybe they never tried it and they would say something else is better. And then once they try, then they're wrong. Then they know there's a new number one because it is
ginger beer is ginger beer.
Yeah.
Don't be trying to push me on a ginger ale.
Right. No, that ginger
it's not the same.
Is not. Yeah. No, and that stuff that's always been the best, even before I knew what a Moscow Mule was. I just love the flavor of that. It's perfect. And then you've got what I've got here, which is a beer, and I'm going to try this. This is so it's an IPA, but it is orange creamsicle.
Cryo is the hops in it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And then
Wait, what's it called again?
Cryo Dreams.
Cryo Dreams.
Yeah. Orange Dreamsicle
Orange
IPA.
Dreamsicle IPA.
Yeah, it's the shortest name we could come up with.
It is short.
I feel like with that one, you get the flavor and then you get the hops in the end.
Isn't that cool?
That's really, really good. I get the hops on the nose.
Oh.
And then I get this sweetness with the creamsicle.
Yeah.
It's like a vanilla orangish cream. And then I get the hops again at the end, which makes me want to take another drink.
There you go.
See if I was right about that.
It works. We designed it perfectly.
Wow, that's pretty neat. It's like the gobstopper where you start off with the meal, then you have the second course and then the dessert. No, it's actually
all in one. Was it it was a candy, right?
Yeah, they got from Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
That's right.
She turns. They have to go to take her to the juicing room afterwards. Now oh my gosh, that's really good.
Ever-loving gobstopper.
Everlasting.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is well, that's what they were after him for the whole time. That they needed the recipe. The guy was trying to.
Yeah, he was trying to steal the recipe.
He was always on the run from that guy. Yeah. This is delicious. Is this on draft only?
No.
You can get cans.
Is it cans?
It was cans.
Yeah, cans, but they sold out really quick this year.
Yeah.
So we barely made it to
distributors.
Like 2 weeks after we had sold out, right?
I could picture myself with this outside being very cold. I would like it cold. You know what I mean? That would be nice on a hot day. There would be a refreshing IPA that I could have that has, because Artie, I mean, I actually like fruit beers. I love your fruit series, the sours, and I've always loved like Water Gap Wheat with a lemon or something like that. Mm-hmm. This is good. This is like right up my alley. speaking of outdoor spaces, whether it's in your backyard for like Memorial Day, maybe you just get a random day off from work and you're going to go do some day drinking and hanging out. You want to go have some lunch at a brew pub, have dinner in the evening. You don't want to sit inside. You've been inside all day. Plenty of outside places to go, right? I mean, Harrisburg has the deck. That's a good starting point.
Yeah, Harrisburg has a deck. Now, it's on the second floor, so it's mostly open when we're open for concerts or special events. We also have Gettysburg, the Schwemmer, where Julie probably took a few orders and
I love that one.
Orders. Yeah,
I really like that one because I believe you can take your dogs and stuff too. So people bring their dogs and sit out, and you can order food there too. So you get like some pretzel bites or
well-behaved dogs.
Right.
Don't forget that part.
Well, yeah, right. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I guess people could bring their cats too,
and well-behaved children too.
Yeah,
no,
right.
I'm just kidding.
But-
Any children.
Well, hanging on that one though, I think we talked about the Schwemmer before, but what is that again?
It's just like a window that's opened up, and so there's some draft lines over there.
Okay.
And so there's a bartender or waitress taking orders.
So I'm sitting outside, and we're just kind of casual, and I'm like, I need another beer. You just kind of go up to the window?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, so
And
you do it
can
at your
order food.
pace.
You can order food, and it'll come out. They'll bring it from the kitchen
yeah,
out to
perfect.
you.
Yeah.
But it's more casual.
Right,
Sure.
it's like at your pace. So you whenever you're kind of ready for another one, you go up there and and it has a menu, so it's pretty nice. I've brought friends that have come to visit Gettysburg for the summer. I brought them there. I like it a lot.
Yeah, and then Mechanicsburg, we have this beautiful outdoor area now that you have cornhole out there. We have games for the kids. You can come and eat. We have a patio area too. So if the weather changes a little bit, you'll have a little more cover there. And that's another great place to come and visit. And then Lidditz also has a patio, or I guess you call it a deck.
Yeah.
It's on the main level of the restaurant, but we seat that a lot as well.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, that's just a nice little change. I actually like dining outdoors if it's an option for you. You know what I mean? Do you guys do you ever open up the garage doors here in this section?
Yeah, you
yeah,
bet.
that's a cool thing too, is
we
in
open a lot.
Mechanicsburg. Have this extra room that's over here by the brewery section where there's the I don't know. I know you have like little events and stuff in there, but yeah, you pop open the garage doors. So check it out. Like if you're just looking for somewhere different, don't forget, because I mean, you don't have to like. There's a lot of options, and I always tell people like go try stuff. Go try different breweries and travel and go whatever you do and try this Harvest Toast thing or whatever if you have that. But like if you're just a big ABC fan, but you kind of have your home location, just drive around, try one of the different places. I love going, for instance, like I'm a Harrisburg and Mechanicsburg guy because that's my closest ones. But if I ever get the chance to, I have a friend who used to live in Lancaster who now lives out in like Western PA. And if he comes back into town, we always go to the Lidditz, and I just love it. It's such a different place. But yet I know how good the food and beer is going to be, so it's I'm not taking a chance. You know how it is.
Right.
Yeah.
I just did the Mannheim Beer Festival, right, in Mannheim, which is about 10 minutes from Lidditz. And you wouldn't believe, they're all like, we love your restaurant. We love going there. It's always good. We don't get there often enough because we live in Mannheim and not 10 minutes away in Lidditz, right? And I'm like, guys, just keep visiting us as much as you can. And they were like, you guys have the best staff there as well.
Yeah. Well, listen, summertime is almost here. It's pool time. It's beach time. All this stuff is coming up. Make sure that you're getting out there and looking around. Tell me where you can get because I love the canned options. Other than at the brew pubs, Julie, these Trinity flavors lines and the canned beers, is that available pretty widely?
Yeah, so you can get them at beer distributors, but you can also get them at like fine wine and good spirit state stores. A lot of them have the they all have the state stores have the transfusion, the iced tea, and the espresso martini and the lemonade.
That's right.
And then if you go to the different distributors, they usually have all of them.
Nice. All right. Golfing. Don't forget your golf trip too.
Golf courses. Yep.
Right.
Yep. You don't always have to go to a golf course to golf. You can go eat. A lot of them have great restaurants.
Oh yeah, the food's delicious.
So don't forget that. Yeah, a lot of the food is good. Where else do we sell them, Julie? We sell them to other restaurants, of course. Let's say you go to a restaurant, you'll find some of our cocktails there as well, especially the espresso martini, because a lot of people don't have espresso machines.
Yeah.
Right. So they don't have the capability.
They don't have the ability to make one, but
Yeah.
their customers want them.
Well, then you end up with some like weird, like, you know, they're like, here's like some vodka with some Folgers crystals in it or something. You don't want
Have you had one of those?
No, but I would.
I had one. I took a sip. I like, no, thank you. Put it back.
Send that back.
I'll just design my own and make it. No.
No, you know what? Actually, like just Appalachian and Trinity flavors is your line, but like that. Aside from that, the convenience of having that in the can, like think about what you have. Obviously, you have the option to buy a bottle of, you know, spirits, whatever you want, vodka, rum, whatever, and then you've got to buy something to mix it with, and then you've got to have some ice to keep it, you know, because you can't keep all that stuff cold all the time. Or you know what? And and at the end, and then you got to have some kind of cup or glass for it. It actually makes so much more sense, convenience-wise, just to have those, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, we're in the convenience economy, right?
Yeah.
That's. I mean, people are not going out to dinner. They're ordering DoorDash and sitting in their own house and waiting for it to show up. You know, I hope that in the future we become more re-socialized, because we really need to spend time out visiting with friends and family. That's what going out to dinner is. That's what I've always loved about the service industry. We serve you. You come here and we serve you, right?
Right.
It's different than, you don't get that at home. I mean, someone's going to show up at the door, ring the doorbell, and hand you a box.
No,
that's one thing. But to find friends or family or go someplace and sit at a bar and meet the guy next to you.
Right.
And say, hey, what are you all about?
Right.
You know?
Isn't that your van out in that parking spot?
Is that your van out there at the Harvest Host?
Did you make that
Are
yourself?
you Harvest Host too?
That's actually cool.
But you know, I'm very passionate about that. That I always loved. What I always loved about this business was the service portion of it. Yeah. Watching people, making people happy, whether it was through the beer or through now our spirits or our RTDs or even the soda. You wouldn't believe how many people. Hey, I don't drink, but I went to the brewery, and they have the most amazing sodas ever, right? And that makes you feel good. And then we tell them where you can buy them, that's near them, and that's a new customer that we gain. So, but again, I want to go back to the idea that we should go out to dinner more often. We should spend time out getting served, because we deserve it. Everybody works hard, and that's a great. Sort of reward for us for, you know, you spend all day working for a company, whoever it is, and that's the least you could treat yourself to, is going someplace and having somebody serve you and give you something that's really good.
Not to mention, right, like supporting local companies in your community, great local company, Anniversary. I think it's been 27 years already. It might be 28. I think we're not the math podcast. We covered that already. Yeah. But anyway.
What year is it, Mike? I don't even know what year it is.
2025.
I think it's 2025. Yes. Yeah. So
yeah. So it wasn't. I think it was 1985.
So this has got to be 28.
Right. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah,
there we go. Look at that. We just did the math.
Either we just finished 27 or we're going on 28.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no difference. It's all the same.
It's all the same.
They're both right.
We should know.
At least you know the year that it started.
That's important.
That's the important
that's
part.
Important. Yeah.
Can we just ask should we put this to rest and see if the computer
Yes,
will
let's
answer
ask
it for
him,
us? Because I mean, I don't know.
Isn't the math just the
let's
year
try AI
and then
see.
the year that?
That's funny. If I was born in April of 1997, how old am I? I am 28.
April of 1997 is 28 years old.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because you already had your birthday.
Right.
April,
Yes,
like you.
that's
so,
right.
Yeah.
Perfect. 28.
28. We're going with 28.
All right. Well, that's.
Thank God for automation.
Well, on that note, guys, listen. One last sip. This is delicious. The Cryo. It's the orange creamsicle IPA. Artie, you've got the Helles.
No, actually, I switched over a little bit.
Oh.
Look what I did.
Oh, you went
Rye
to the
American
Spirit.
whiskey. Let's just a little nip here.
That's delicious.
To finish up the podcast with. On top of that Basecamp that I had. How about you, Julie?
I've got the hard iced tea.
Delicious.
Yeah.
All right, vodka.
She's nursing that thing over
Well,
there.
yeah, I got a little bit of a drive.
You do. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the iced teas. Remember, just think of Grandma, and if you don't think of if it's not Grandma's porch, think of Julie's van with a jug of iced tea.
That's right.
On the roof.
On the roof.
By the solar panels.
The solar panel's mad because the iced tea's taking all the sun
chill it down,
away.
and when you walk over, she's gonna be like,
There you go.
that's awesome. Plus vodka. All right. For Artie and our guest Julie, I'm Mike. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's where we're at. Thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Listen, we're gonna do the podcast. Try to do we do it monthly, but Artie, it's summertime, so we got to.
It's hard, Mike.
We need to commit to doing it more often. I love actually getting together, goofing around, having a couple of beers, and meeting new friends. So, guys, from Artie and Julie, it's Mike, and we'll see you next time on the Appalachian Brewing Company podcast.